What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. For today's lesson we'll begin with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. I'm going to start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. So we'll start from the very top and just lightly work our way down towards the bottom using these short lines. Now I'm going to place the center of the face along the bottom. So right here, draw another line going across from left to right. Now with our guidelines in place, we're going to start blocking out the basic shape of the head. Let's start with the top edge of the brow. We're going to start on that center point. We're just going to angle this up and then out towards the left, towards the outside of our page, and do the same thing on the right. Now let's block in the outside of the eyes. We're going to move all the way over, angle this down and then in towards the bottom of the eye. I'm going to take that same distance over towards the left and do the same thing. Bend the eye coming in and then down. In the center, we're going to move down, draw a small V for the nose, and then on the left side, angle this up and then in. Just underneath the tip of the nose, we're going to step down, draw a straight line going all the way across from left to right for the mouth. Let's curl up the corners of the mouth. We're going to step over toward the left, angle this up and out. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to add a bracket going across and then down, almost like an arrow. Now just underneath the mouth, we're going to step down, sketch out a small circle for the chin. Let's add some shape around the side of the head and the jaw. From the outside of the eye, we're going to step out, angle this down and then in towards that mouth line. Do the same thing on the right, coming down and in. And I want to angle this down and in towards the side of our circle. Let's trace this along the outside. So we're going to step out. It's going to taper this so it gets a little bit narrower towards the jaw. And then angle this down and then in towards the bottom of our circle. Let's go back up and add those covers around the ear. From the top, we're going to step out, bend this down and then in. Do the same thing on the right. And then angle this down and in towards the side of the head. Now going back up to the top, we're just going to round this out and then bend that in. And we're going to follow these angled lines coming back down and then in towards the center, just lightly sketching this in. Now we want to work our way around the side of the head. Let's start from this point. Just going to curve this out, up, and then in towards the top. Do the same thing on the right, going up towards the same height. And then from the top, we're just going to bend this down and then in towards the center. Let's go back up to the top. We're just going to bend this in and then down towards the center. And do the same thing on the right. Now inside, we're going to curve the top of the head. We're going to go up in the middle, round this out, and then come back down. I'm going to loosely block in the neck and the shoulders. I'm going to start from the base, angle this down and out towards the bottom. Step back up, slope the shoulders, coming down and then out. Now that we have the basic sketch of the head, we're going to go back and lightly erase our guidelines. Now that we have our clean rough sketch, we're going to go in and add some more detail and refine the shape. Let's start by bringing in the brow. Just going to round at the bottom, pull that up in the center. Just going to mirror this over on the right side. Just pulling that fold up in the center of the head. Give the brow a slight bend. We're going to go up and then bend that out towards the outside. We're just going to work our way around the eyes. And we'll tuck the iris and pupil underneath the brow. So starting with a half circle, and then add a smaller one in the center for the pupil, tucked in underneath. Let's add that shading underneath the eyes. across the mouth. Let's add that seam just underneath the eyes. Start by going out, bend this down, and then in towards the bottom. Now we're going to go back and just darken up our contrast and continue to add some more detail. So I'm going to start back at the eyes. Just going to darken up that fold in between the brow. And then work our way around the outside. And I want to add a little bit of a highlight along the bottom. And just shading the outside of the eye coming in towards that highlight. Now I'm going to go back and start adding some shadows in various tones. So we'll start by darkening up the top, just blending that down. And we're just going to add some reflection to the top of the head. we're just going to lightly shade in the outside area of the face. Now the head's going to cast a bit of a shadow just along the top of the neck, so we'll darken that up and then fade that down. Now we're going to go in and add that texture inside the head. Just adding these random shapes going all the way around, starting across the top of the brow. And we'll do the same thing across the right side. And we'll go ahead and just shade those in. Now as we get near the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. You can also check out our other channels. I'll leave the links for you in the description below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.